maybe the 23. It'll be 1st and 10. Or excuse me, that was returned by, it was returned by Lamazny. My apologies. Angelo Delicio made the stop for the Cougars. So a good return by Chris out to the 23, where the Big Reds set up 1st and 10.
Well, big possession for the Big Reds. Needed to move the ball again. They've had the ball twice in the second half, put 14 points on the board in those 2 possessions, and they need to see if they can maintain that offensive prowess they've had here in the second half. They had no answer for the Cougar defense in the first half, but now DeLiz on a quarterback keeper gains about 8 on 1st down. Second half, Big Reds have been able to move the ball.
Kevin, that play is almost like handing the ball to Jim in like in a fullback trap or something of that nature. He takes that ball, just squares his shoulders and goes hard, straight ahead. Picks up 9 yards on a quarterback sneak. It's just a great play.
Well, it almost looks like in rugby, I think they call it a scrum or something. Jimmy, a big, strong kid, tough, and I think he probably likes to run the ball, and makes it 2nd down and 2 for the Big Reds. Handoff Lamazny, has a hole on the outside, gets outside, up the sideline. Harrington gives chase and brings him down at about the 43-yard line of the Cougars. Gain of almost 23 yards on the play for Lamazny, who has been the Big Reds' big running back in the second half of the season.
A great run there by Lamazny, and the Cougar defense not showing anywhere near the form that they did in the first half when they bottled up the Big Reds' rushing attack. Big Reds are having their way right now.
44 yards out from the end zone. DeLiz, the quarterback, hands off, keeper, fake to Lamazny, who blocks for DeLiz, gets around the corner, and appears to have another 1st down at about the 34-yard line.
I just want to point something out on that play. Kalashevsky ran him out of bounds and did a good job, but the play ended up at about the 34-yard line, and Vinny Ashigian was blocking his man down at the 20, and you can't underestimate how critical that is to a good running attack, those wide receivers blocking. 1st and 10 again for Chippewa.
I think we didn't give credit. I think Vinny did free Jimmy on that touchdown run down the sideline earlier. 1st and 10 for the Big Reds. DeLiz taking over with the running game here. Hands to Lamazny up the middle, and the Cougar defense stiffens. About 2 to 3 yard gain possibly on the play for the Big Reds. Host the Cougars on the inside of the line there making a tackle, Kevin.
Well, that play, you might wonder, well, why are they running that play straight up the middle when they've been so successful on the perimeter? But that play is to keep the defense honest, keep them honest for that fake so they can run their counters and sweeps on the perimeter of the offensive line.
DeLiz, the quarterback. Lamazny, the lone setback. DeLiz, counter to Pfefferman, who steps outside, but he's corralled and brought down for a loss. Loss of about 3 on the play will probably bring up about 3rd down and 10.
Boy, what a great play by Matteo LaPiccolo to stop that play, and Adam DiBartolomeo flew in to clean it up. And Brett Pfefferman is down on the field, slow to get up. He's holding his right knee, it looks to be, as trainer Ken Shornack hustles out. Ken, like Tammy Beaker at Dakota, boy, both trainers do a great job with these student athletes. And you just hope Brett's all right. Boy, he has had an injury-plagued season. He's come back time and time again. As Jim DeLiz walks over to check on his backfield mate there, Ken Shornack goes to work on that right leg.
Yeah, Brett's had tough breaks here this year. Against Stevenson, second play of the game, I believe, dislocated his elbow, and if you had an opportunity to take a look at it, you thought there's no way he could come back and play football. He did come back against the Dakota Cougars. I think that's a little motivation to be back for the first Dakota game. And last week, another injury, and now he is able to walk off with a slight limp, and hopefully he'll be able to come back in the ball game. Well, big 3rd down for the Big Reds here. 3rd and 10 from their 34-yard line. Might think they're in 2-down territory here, so don't need it all in one play. DeLiz, the quarterback. Little movement. Bauer steps up, plays tight end on the left-hand side. Hachigian, motion man. Looks like I think they'll sweep left, but it's a handoff. Nope, DeLiz goes left, and he breaks tackles, and he will go up the sideline. Jimmy DeLiz will score for the Big Reds. Jim DeLiz is trying to keep his Big Reds in the ball game. He runs 34 yards for the touchdown to bring the Big Reds within one touchdown of the Cougars. Well, Jim DeLiz, the difference for the Big Reds. Paul Fasten, the big difference for the Cougars so far tonight. Extra point by Bobby Frontero. Upcoming, Cougars 28, Big Reds 20 at the moment.
Boy, Jim DeLiz, you mentioned Jim and Paul, two seniors, knowing that, you know, the team that doesn't win this game goes home, and they are playing with absolutely unbelievable effort. Jim broke a couple of tackles, and you just cannot underestimate the acceleration he has to just turn it into another gear. Ball was marked out of bounds on the 2, so they'll take the touchdown off the board. But the Big Reds, nonetheless, are in great scoring position as the offense will have to come back out onto the field.
Well, you know, when he first dove for the end zone, Kevin, it did appear to me that he didn't go across inside the pylon. But the official that was in the middle of the field signaled touchdown, and it was good enough for me at that point. But I think the sideline official had seen Jimmy possibly step out of bounds at about the 3, and the Big Reds will take the points off the board and have to re-earn them again at 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. DeLiz, the quarterback. No secret here. Big Reds will be pounding it right at the Cougars or sweeping again, as they've been very effective in the second half with DeLiz keeping the ball around the corner. He hands off to Lemazny, who is stopped short of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
Now the Cougar defense does a nice job on that. Lemazny did pick up some yardage. And with 8:45 to go in the ball game, that really, you know, the Big Reds look like they're going to get points out of this possession. There's really no sense of urgency. They'll run their regular offense, no hurry. It'll be 2nd and goal now from the 1.
Well, I would venture that Jimmy DeLiz is going to take this one himself right up the middle. Very effective on the quarterback sneak. And he hands off, however, to Lemazny. No, he keeps it himself. Jim DeLiz fakes the handoff, fakes this announcer out, and keeps the ball as he goes around the right side for a touchdown. And now the score is Chippewa Valley 20, the Dakota Cougars 28, with the extra point upcoming. We do have a injured Cougar, or a Cougar down on the field, Kevin. Can you see who that is?
I can't quite make out the number. It's one of those big interior linemen there. On his back, and with the helmet off and the dark hair, I don't want to speculate, but it may be Mike Feiner. So the two teams now will get a little bit of a break, and gives all of our viewers at home a chance to catch their breath as the injured Cougar is attended to. As soon as we get a number on that, on the injury, we will give you his name. But 8:22 to play, 28-20, the extra point upcoming, and what has been a seesaw second half.
Well, the most important moment of the second half really was the Cougars being able to answer with their one possession, their third possession, I think, of the second half. They were able to move down and Paul Sasson take in about a 20-yard run for a touchdown. If that's a big possession for the Cougars, as they were able to maintain the lead still at this point by at least 7 points, with the extra point upcoming if the Big Reds can convert. Onus will be back on the Cougars as they will get the ball back, and the Big Red defense will have to see what they can do. It appears
number on that guy? 90 or somebody? 90?
We don't know who the injured Cougar is, being helped off the field by coaching staff and teammates. We can find that out. We'll let you know. Bauer, the holder. Frontera, the kicker. Big extra point here for the Big Reds. Snap is put down by Bauer. Kick is up by Frontera, and it's good. And the Big Reds close to within 7. With 8:22 left to go in the fourth quarter, the score, the Dakota High School Cougars 28, Chippewa Valley Big Reds 21.
Now the Big Reds respond. It's been a game of score and respond so far here in this second half. as the Big Red Band fires up the crowd and the defense, who will be going onto the field shortly. 28-21. Boy, everything we expected it to be.
Why, what?
All right. Somebody hit her leg.
Everything we thought this ball game would be. 28-21. The Cougars lead it. They'll get the ball here as Bobby Frontera will kick off. Chippewa has employed a variety of different kicks to neutralize the Dakota kick return game. And we'll see what Coach Mike Carr has up his sleeve on this one. Well, the Cougars now will not go with their traditional return. They'll only send 2 players deep. Sasson back deep. Frontera with the kick. High and deep. Sasson back pedals, and momentum looked like it carried him into the end zone, but he'll return it and only get out to the 15. Well, it looked as if his foot slid into the end zone, which would have resulted in a touchback and would have given the Cougars an extra 5 yards, but apparently that was not the call, and Paul can only get it out to the 14. So 1st and 10 now for DHS from the 14-yard line. 8:17 to go in the ball game, and the Cougars lead it by 7. Now the Cougars now will try and chew up this clock. Grind out a long drive. Split backs behind Woj. Takes a snap. Hands to Parslow. Parslow running to his right. Big Reds strung that one out pretty well. Parslow gained maybe 4 or 5 on the play.
Jeff Castle in on the tackle, but Parslow gets outside. Almost 5-yard gain on the play for the Cougars. Big possession for both teams. Cougars need a first down to start working on the clock. Big Reds, if they're going to be back in the ball game all the way, need to get the ball back. So here we go, Kevin. 2nd down, probably close to 6 yards to go.
Yeah, we'll call it 2nd and 6 now from the Dakota 19. Wojciechowski takes the snap, gives to Sasson. Paul has trouble this time and doesn't get a whole lot. He got it out over the 20, gained maybe 3 on the play, and it'll set up 3rd down and about 3 more yards to go for the Cougars to pick up a first down. 7:20 to go, and the clock running. 28-21 DHS. Cougars have to be very careful here not to get a penalty. And the Big Red defense will be geeked for this one. Here they come to the line. Offset eye, twins to the right side of the formation. Wojciechowski now sends Reeling into the motion to the near side. Sasson looking for a lead block. Got it out over the 25, and that's good enough for a Dakota first down.
Well, big play there. Big Reds needed to try and make a stop. Cougars needed to try and get the first down, and the Cougars win that battle. They get a first down at about the 25-yard line, and they'll be able to take some more time off the clock and move the ball down the field. Big Reds, challenge for them is to stiffen here on defense.
Well, the Dakota running game, which has been suspect at times this year, will be called upon now to move those chains and wind down this clock. 6.5 minutes to go in the game. Cougars huddle and break. Ball rests just right of center. Split backs behind Wojciechowski. Todd takes the snap and hands off to Parslow straight ahead. He didn't get a whole lot, maybe got 2 on the play. Nick Luskin on the stop there for Chippewa. I was a little generous in giving him 2. We'll only call it 1 and bring up 2nd and 9.
Well, Lusk met him right in the hole, did a great job of shedding his blocker and being right in the hole to make a stop for the Big Reds. But the Cougars have a lot of weapons, and we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
2nd down and 9 now from the DHS 26. Offset eye. Oh, busted play as Sasson fell down. Wojciechowski had to tuck it in.